Hello, my Gemini babies. Happy birthday to those of you who have already celebrated, and of course to those of you who will be celebrating soon. Happiest of birthdays. Thank you so much for returning. If you're new, welcome to the group, to the gang, to the collective, whatever you want to call it. We are going to do a tarot reading with a Celtic cross layout, if you will, and then an oracle card at the end to tie it all together and kind of bring it to a close. But before we get started, we are going to clear the energy and connect to each other via the singing bowl. If you would like to use this time to call on any specific guides, guardian angels, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so. The more, the merrier. So let's get into it. All right. Spirit, speak to me and through me. To the Gemini collective. Spirit, speak to me and through me. To the Gemini collective. There you are, showing up in your reading. First card out, current energy, Father of Swords, King of Swords, air energy, which is you guys, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You're feeling very decisive, very discerning, very logical at this time. You could be even more so than you typically are. Maybe you've leveled up in one way or another, where typically people would see you as maybe a knight. They're now seeing you as a king, a very masculine air energy, the embodiment of very charming, cunning, witty, I would say. Maybe you are, I don't know, just have found yourself in a place to be these things, more charming, more witty. You've got good comebacks, dad jokes I'm hearing that could be relevant for some of you. Maybe you have a thing about dad jokes. I don't know, color of. But you're very cut and dry. It's not a ton of emotions, which isn't surprising. You guys being air signs, this is very much you being in your power, presenting as yourself, which, again, makes sense. The sun is in Gemini right now. Masculine with the sun. Gemini, you're showing up. Very strong. Head of household, I'm getting, even if you're a woman, I feel like you are the one that is the breadwinner. You could be a single parent. You could be partnered up, but still the one who takes on the majority of the responsibilities, financially, emotionally. Okay, there's lots of suits or court cards. And I'm getting like children, because it's son, daughter, and the father is in the middle, so it's very family oriented. You could have 2 children, 3 children, one being a daughter, the others being sons. I'm just getting lots of family and familial energy. Yes, bud. Why?
Somebody with me.
Okay, just open the door and leave it open. Don't go in there. Don't bust around, jump around. Just open it a little bit so the cat can come out and then go sit down, okay? Can you close my door all the way, please? Thank you. All the way. Thank you. Sorry about that. That was my Gemini sun. Some of you could have sons that are Geminis, like you. But in the recent past, I feel like there's been a lot of focus on this child, whether it's your child or someone else's. I'm getting a younger male energy. Again, could be your son, could be someone else's. This is also an energy of creativity, someone who's very like poetic and thoughtful. They put a lot of time and energy into the people that they care about. They're very nurturing and loving, but on a more, I don't know really how to, I was going to say spontaneous note. I guess I'm not really sure how to word this, what they're trying to get me to say. I can see the type of person in my head, but I'm having a hard time articulating it. Singer-songwriters, very expressive. They express their emotions very freely and openly. And if you are this Father of Swords, you could be, a little bit closed off, a little bit hard. You could be a little too hard on a son specifically, or just your children in general. But it's an interesting dynamic that I'm seeing playing out. It's like children who are really into sports. They're very like active and driven, disciplined. All of these things that I feel like you've probably instilled in them. But this one child in particular, it could be a situation where, it could be a situation where if say you have 3 children, 2 of them could be very much alike. They're very athletic, they're very outgoing, they're very yada yada yada. And there's one who does all of these things, but it's not natural to them. It's kind of like going against their nature. Maybe they're more reserved, they're more quiet, they're more of a homebody. They like to dance rather than play baseball, or I don't know, express themselves in a different way. Or it could just be that they're very expressive in their emotions and expressing them to you and to the other members of the family, but nobody else is really naturally like that. So maybe they're helping to bring you and, interesting, okay, your other children into a more loving, nurturing space, if that makes sense. I hope it is. But I'm just getting a really familial children sense here. And then we have, in the future, very much focused on this feminine energy, Daughter of Swords. This could be, like I said, literally your daughter. You could have 2 children, a daughter and a son. I'm getting this as an older... Okay, so you do have a daughter. I feel like the daughter is older. The feminine energy is older than this, or the oldest of this masculine energy. If you have 3, 4, 6, whatever amount of kids, I feel like this daughter energy is the eldest daughter. I feel like there's going to be a very large... Sorry, my chair is squeaky, and I can't help but move sometimes because it's just kind of a thing. Also, I'm aware it's dark in here. I really like the natural light. I don't care for artificial light very much, and I can see just fine. I know it might be a little bit hard for you guys to see. I'm trying to tell you guys what cards are in what positions, verbalize more than visualize, if you will. And I also know a lot of people listen to these like in the car or in their headphones, whatever. They're not necessarily like watching them, so visuals don't really matter all that much. That's why my nails look like this as well. So all the apologies, all around. All right, let's jump back into it. I feel like there's going to be a larger focus on this daughter, this feminine energy. They could be graduating. They could be moving into high school, like getting their license, some sort of, oh, that made me really sad. Some sort of milestone that they're reaching. And Spirit just said, or they would be. So that indicates to me that some of you could have lost a child, a daughter specifically, and maybe there's a birthday, or it's just she would be turning 16, or she would be graduating this year, or she would be graduating from college, having kids. I don't know. It just feels like you're thinking about what a child, a feminine child would be doing. Sorry, that made me very sad. If that is your situation, my deepest condolences and love and healing energy to you as you navigate through that, no matter how long it's been. I passed up your guys' challenge. What's crossing you at this time or presenting as a challenge for you is the Three of Wands. This to me says that you're having trouble coming up with a plan. You're having trouble visualizing the future even. Having a hard time seeing yourself in a certain way and like this idealistic, your dream life. When people ask you what that is, or people seem to have an answer for what their dream life is, like what do you want to be when you grow up? Where do you want to retire? Where do you see yourself in 10 years even? Maybe you don't have an answer for that. I feel like you're just having a hard time visualizing your future. Maybe you're surprised you've made it to the age that you've made it to, so it's like, well, I didn't really have plans to be 50 or 60 or 30, whatever, whatever it is. I feel like it's just you can't really see. Maybe that's just a Gemini trait. I'm not really sure. Like if you guys just you're not really big picture people. Like you don't necessarily live your life that way. You know what I mean? There are some people that have like this 10-year, very detailed, future-oriented life, and there are other people who just live it and they don't. But I will say that because it's presenting as a challenge, you may need to spend some time answering that question. What is your dream life? What does your life look like in 10 years? Like idealistically, what kind of house do you live in? What kind of car do you drive? What kind of people are around you? What's your family look like? Things like that. And then the next step of that is to come up with a plan. Because I feel like your challenge is you need a little bit of direction. I'm getting, you might be a little bit lost in the sauce. Yeah, we'll get to that because there are some other cards here that indicate that. I'm trying to get your last 3 cards, but I keep stopping to talk. All right. Above and below. So you're above. What is it in your mind? What you're thinking about? You're spending a lot of time thinking about. 6 of Swords. This is leaving things behind, moving on to calmer waters, coming out of a time of chaos and self-deception, self-sabotaging energy into clear, calm, steady waters. Not wanting to be in this energy anymore. So that could be what your focus is right now. Maybe you're in kind of a chaotic, maybe you lived your entire life in a very chaotic energy and you want so very badly to move out of that, to move away from it. I feel like you're also kind of forcing yourself to have hope, or willing yourself to have hope, if that makes sense. Because I'm getting the sense that, if that makes sense, I'm getting the, I don't know, inkling that that you really, really, really want to be hopeful for something, for the future, for your future, for any future. But I feel like it's kind of an effort for you right now, or maybe it hasn't always been this way. Maybe it has. I don't know. But right now I feel like it's very much focus on the hope. Focus on the calm waters. Focus on getting to the other side of this, whatever this is. Or it could be that you've recently achieved this level of peace in your life and you're very focused on maintaining it. You're very focused on the things that are going to bring you more peace. And oh, there's 2 cards there. Okay, so now we have damn near a whole family. There's the 3rd child that I was talking about. Male, like I said, 2 males and a daughter is what I'm getting. Although genders, I mean, this is just energy, feminine, masculine energy. Put whatever label you want to on that, because gender is not necessarily a thing in tarot. All right, you're below. This is your subconscious energy. It's telling you to let go of something. Deep, deep, deep down, you know that something, it needs to end, that you've outgrown it. You may have lost your taste for it, so to speak. Something that once was like your dream life, very comfortable for you. It could be something that you've always wished for, hoped for, and now you're living in it. It's like you've expanded beyond that, and it's time to now make the changes and leave the current lifestyle behind so it can match the expansion that you're experiencing. Oh, it's the mailman. Sorry. I heard someone like talking and singing. I was like, what the hell? Who is that? It's the mailman. He's having a good day. All right. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought and got talking about lost in the sauce. That might be me. Okay, we'll take it. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. All right, so you could be having dreams of scenarios like this, of leaving certain situations, people, experiences, jobs, even behind. But it is simply because, like I said, you've lost your taste for it. What you once treasured and adored is now not for you, and it happens. That's just something that happens. Advice from Spirit. Five of Cups. As far as advice goes with this, I would just say that Spirit doesn't want you to let your grief or your regret or your guilt, shame, any of those things, if you're having any of those feelings, Spirit does not want you to hang on to them anymore. Spirit does not want you to dwell in them any longer. They're saying let go of it. It's time to release it. That is what they're saying needs to be let go of. And you could be having dreams of a child that you lost. And so it could be making it harder for you to let go, I'm getting as well. Because this is your subconscious, it could be coming up in dreams because it's not necessarily something that you notice on a day-to-day, but it's definitely there. And I feel like you can feel it as well. Okay, energies around you. Son of Swords, young, very fast moving. This is someone who doesn't necessarily think before they act. They're very just say whatever. They could be very reactive. Maybe don't necessarily know how to process their emotions yet. I feel like that's something that this could be like a really young, like 4, 5, 6, that age range, even 3, where we're like processing like boundaries and how to interact with people and what we can and can't do, things like that. But I feel like they're still processing their emotions, and that could very much be energy that's around you because it is, again, a child of yours. It could be family members around you. You could work with children. So that's just the energy that you're going to be in right now. I will say, if that is the case, to maybe tune out of that a little bit. Turn that down. It could be some of the like chaos and 5 of Swords energy that you're wanting to move out of. Again, if this is a child of yours, obviously you can't like ignore them or not engage with them or like turn down your interaction with them, right? You're their parent. You have to care for them. But I would say seek help, maybe from their other parent if you can, from your village if you have one, from a professional if you're able. If it's something that does deal directly with your child, I feel like you could use some support. Okay. Lots of court cards here, like a lot. We have 3 of the fathers, 2 sons, and a daughter. It's interesting. I feel like these energies are you and the kind of phases that you're going to be moving through the month of June. It's kind of a lot, so get ready. It's all good stuff, though, because it is. Your hopes and fears. Father of Wands. I feel like this is the energy, actually I know that this is the energy that you're wanting to be in. You're kind of striving to be in a very fiery, very charismatic, joyous, adventurous, Sagittarius, Aries. What's the third one? Leo. Jeez Louise, how did I forget that? Just very fiery, attractive. I feel like you want to be attractive to any and every person ever. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. It's also a card of an entrepreneur, so that could be what goes along with that. You want to be this be in this boss energy. Maybe you're wanting to start a business. I don't know, I'm just getting lots of desires to be inspired and to be inspiring is what I'm getting. I feel like you want both sides of that. You want to be so inspired and lit up and on fire that you inspire other people. For the outcome of this, for the month of June, you have the Father of Pentacles. So this is the energy that you're ending the month with. You start, and your current energy for the month is Father of Swords, and then you move through to the Father of Pentacles. It's a very studious, very resourceful, very entrepreneurial, business savvy, masculine energy. He knows how to save money. He knows how to invest money. He knows how to spend money. He knows how to build empires. He knows how to support the people around him and provide. Very steady, loyal, which is not necessarily the opposite of you guys. You guys can be all of those things, but you tend to be more in and out, kind of moving directions very quickly. This is someone who hardly ever changes direction. Like, hardly ever. But I feel like it's going to be a nice switch up. And it's going to be temporary, obviously. I don't know how long. It could just be even a week, 2 weeks, where you just save a shit ton of money is what I'm getting. So by July, I feel like you'll have a significant amount of money saved. Like maybe even enough to buy a house. That's what I'm getting. Oh, Flower Crown. I actually haven't gotten this card yet. This is the Beltane Oracle, Seasons of the Witch. Oracle deck, and I actually have not gotten this one yet. It's exciting. Card number 12. You guys' birthday could be June 12th. Eternity. Cute. As with all circles, a flower crown represents eternity and the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. You may hear talk of this cycle quite often, and for good reason, as the rebirth cycle reminds you that nothing ever truly dies. What was is simply renewed and recycled into new life, perhaps taking on a different form, but with the essence of its power remaining the same. As with the gorgeous blooms of spring, you too can be restored. If you are going through a difficult time, know that you will receive a change in fortune soon. You are currently in a place of death, so that something new and beautiful can emerge. Flower Crown is a card of hope and will often appear when you are losing faith. Remember that no cycle, good or bad, can last forever, even though it may feel that way at times. The presence of this card is a welcome sign that better days are just a short time ahead, which is also this, which I feel we talked about a little bit. I don't need to touch on it again. Sorry, don't want to get sidetracked. In the same vein, if you have received an unusual period of good fortune, know that life moves in cycles and you will soon enter into a period of pause or even stagnation. For you guys, I feel like you're moving out of that and into that that fortune phase. So when it does come, my suggestion, advice would be to squirrel some of that money away, save some of that money that comes your way if you do come into a bit of a bag. Put some of it away, because come end of July, I feel like, or sorry, end of June, beginning of July, I feel like you're going to have a hefty something, deposit for something, paid in full, maybe in a car. Doesn't matter. Anyways, happy birthday to you guys. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.